Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sabanson, and welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment. And we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see it. Let's get straight into the show. So last night, the Lakers got beat pretty bad, and everyone in media is kind of reacting about it, and people are kind of giving their thoughts and blah 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 blah. Everybody's talking about it, right? But one of the people that decided to take in a different direction was ESPN's Kendrick Perkins. So on ESPN First Take this morning, they were talking about the loss and all of that. So at the end of that analysis, or the post-game analysis, so to speak, Kendrick Perkins decided to veer the conversation in a different direction, which was the Lakers' future. As you guys know, Los Angeles has made it, or rather the Lakers have made it 100% clear that Luka is going to be their guy going into the future. There's no doubt about it. And Luka's doing his part. He's dropped the weight. The guy looks good. He's been playing very well, putting up historic numbers. He just scored 600 points in a month. So Luka's been playing up to his, to the billing. He's been earning his salary, so to speak. He's been doing his thing. But Kendrick Perkins began to raise questions about someone else. Luka included, but someone else as well, which is Austin Reaves. As you guys know, Austin Reaves, rumors have it is that he's going to opt out of his contract this summer to become a free agent to try to get some max dollars, right? And Kendrick Perkins is essentially saying here, he's wondering if the Lakers going all in and Luka and Reaves as a duo may be a mistake. So what we want to do is we want to play the sound for you now, and then we're going to come back and continue on. Take a listen to Kendrick here.
Big picture here, though, Stephen A. Shay. Last night showed me that if you're the Lakers, you cannot invest all your money into Austin Reaves and Luka Doncic as your two franchise guys going forward if you're expecting to win a championship. Those two guys cannot be your franchise guys taking up majority of your dollars and take you to the promised land. I hope Austin Reaves get all the money in the world because I'm a fan of Austin Reaves. I believe he's a hooper. I believe he's one of the best, one of the better offensive players, one of the better offensive players in the game today. But if we're talking big picture and we're talking about the future of the Los Angeles Lakers, that moment last night and their record against the top two seeds in the Western Conference should remind them or have them rethink things for us who's going to be leading the charge in the near future when it comes down to their two franchise guys.
Well, Perk, I'm not necessarily disagreeing with you at all, but I do love the fact that AR has elevated his level of play to the degree that he has because it gives the Los Angeles Lakers a tremendous asset to potentially move for additional pieces, because we know Luka ain't going anywhere. But it definitely, AR, you know what? He would command a lot if you're the Los Angeles Lakers. So since you don't have that much draft capital, you got LeBron James approaching free agency. You got Austin Reaves, as a commodity that you have in your staple that you can go and get big-time assets in return for. I think the Lakers are still in a good position, obviously, and I think their ceiling is deep in the second round. I think we'd be remiss in neglecting to bring up J.J. Redick because a lot of people, as far as I'm concerned, he's done an exceptional job this year. We all know, we all got love for J.J. Listen, there's a lot of people that's questioning what he should have done with Luka Doncic because Luka Doncic was grabbing his hamstring in the first half. J.J. Redick did say that he received treatment on the hamstring at halftime and was cleared by the team's medical staff to continue playing. So we're not going to point the finger at J.J. The medical staff cleared Luka Doncic to play. That's why he was out there. Now, here's to me is the reason why he might not should have been out there. Because they were getting their ass kicked. That's why. They were down 23 in the first quarter. They were down over 30 at halftime. I'm sitting up there, and they down over 40. Over 40 in the third quarter. As far as I'm concerned, they came into Oklahoma City waving the white flag. It was bad. It was bad. Now, we wish Luka nothing but the best, no doubt about that. We know that he's had these injuries before. You know, he ain't faking. I'm certainly not trying to imply that. I'm just trying to say that kind of ass kicking will tempt you to want to find an excuse to leave. That's all I'm saying. But we know the injury is serious, and it's a bad situation for the Los Angeles Lakers to be in right now, because who knows when that's going to get better. That's a hamstring injury, Big Perk. It takes a lot longer than people realize sometimes to heal from that, in all seriousness. No doubt.
Good. You heard what Kendrick had to say. Let me say this. I have to ask before we get into what he said, is this a prisoner of the moment reaction? Because over the last 2 weeks, you didn't hear these sentiments. Hell, over the last 2.5, 3 weeks, you didn't hear anybody asking these questions. Is it because the Lakers got body slammed by the Oklahoma City Thunder that now all of a sudden we're asking this question? Or is this something that you've been thinking all along, and then this game became like the final nail in the coffin where you're like, okay, it's evident now? So I'm kind of wondering about that. It's just something that, a prisoner of the moment kind of thing. So you got that. In terms of his question, however, well, look, guys, you make decisions. Sometimes you get them right. Sometimes you get them wrong. Look at the Clippers. The Clippers went all in on Kawhi Leonard based on what they saw him do in Toronto. They thought it was going to work. It didn't. All right. So at the end, they end up looking like fools for it. Another one, the Dallas Mavericks. They traded away Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis was a catastrophic trade. Right? A catastrophic trade. I think I saw a data set where they said Luka has scored more points in March than AD has scored as a Dallas Maverick. That's crazy, right? So they made a decision, and Nico Harrison and these guys paid the price for it. And in this case with the Lakers, we're going to have to see, because they're going to have to make some kind of decision. Reaves is who they have right now. Right now, if it turns out that the Lakers may find a better suitor for the team and maybe decide to sign and maybe trade him, or just trade, I don't know, then we have to see. But I'm just a little bit skeptical of the timing of the question. I can understand if you ask this question at the end of the season and let's say the Lakers get bounced in round one, then I think it's a legitimate question to ask. But to ask it right now, right after they lost, it makes me wonder, hey, wait a minute. Are you just saying this because of what you saw last night? Because that's essentially what's going to happen. Shannon Sharp is over there falling apart. All of these other media people are falling apart. All of these guys that had the Lakers winning the title or they could go to the finals, and they're all falling apart just after one loss. Then that means you didn't really believe in the team. Denver is behind the Lakers in the standings. They're the number 4 seed. And I think Denver's better than LA. Even being behind them, even after they lost to them the last time they played, I still believe Denver is better. I still believe that. So I'm not just going off on a whim or a game that happened. Like, no. So that's my only question. In terms of that, well, the Lakers are going to have to make a decision on something, and they're going to have to live with it. Who knows what the results of that decision are going to be? We don't know. We just have to wait and see ultimately what pans out from it. That's my take on it. So the question to the audience is, are you with Kendrick on this? Do you think that the Lakers trying to re-sign Reaves may be a mistake? Whatever you guys think, leave them in the comments. We'll catch you guys on the next show. Peace.